Okay. And we're back. As my wife and daughter are making muffins in the old kitchen. All right, so some good, some sass. Shh. Um, some good, some bad from the Knicks Summer League team and their opener. Um, first rule of Summer League: don't overreact to Summer League. Second rule of Summer League: don't overreact to Summer League. Is basically what I want to convey to everybody right now. So if there was something you liked, you know, be happy. It's encouraging. It's a nice thing. If there's something you didn't like, don't go crazy. I'm pulling up the box score here. Harry Donor, my God, Harry, you're like clockwork. Thank you so much, Harry. All right, let's start overall. Knicks obviously lose by 10. They lost by 10 after hitting, my goodness, 7 for 40 from three. They shot 17.5% from deep. I do not know what it is about playing the Raptors, but it's not good. I guess we could start at the top. So let's start with Obi Toppin. I was asked on Saturday's locker room, third rule of Summer League: Obi is a beast. I like that. I was asked on Saturday's locker room, what would I take more seriously? If Obi Toppin had a fantastic Summer League or if Obi Toppin had a terrible Summer League. And my answer was that I would take it more seriously if he had a terrible Summer League. Because I thought if he had a good Summer League, it's against guys that he should be having a good performance with. So in light of that, I can't very well sit here now and kind of overreact. Well, actually, I could overreact to either if I want to, because on the good side, Toppin was from 2-point range. He was 8 for 11 from inside the arc. A lot of good moves. He definitely looks like a beast. But again, he should be looking like a beast against these kids. He should have, honestly looked like a beast probably a little bit more than he did last season. Got off to a little bit of a slow start. Obviously came around late. On the downside, he took a lot of threes, only made 2 for 10. But what I did like about Obi, he kept taking them. Kept firing away with confidence. He fired away 10. He only made 2. You would like to see him make 1 or 2 more. But he was firing it away, I would say, with a healthy bit of confidence in his shot. So that's a good side. Who should we talk about next? Should we talk about, I'm going to save Quickley. Because I have a feeling there's going to be some Quickley consternation. A.E. Kennedy, shout out to you in the super chat, by the way. Would have liked to see McBride run the point some more. Yeah, it seemed like they were splitting the point guard duties pretty evenly between McBride, Quickley, and Vildoza. Hey, you know what? Let's talk about Quickley now. So Quickley obviously struggled the most. He came on a bit late. He made a couple threes towards the end. He ended up shooting 2 for 11 from deep. I think he made 2 of his last 3 threes or his last 2. I don't remember exactly. But he was 5 for 17 overall. Scored 15 points on 17 shots, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. For a pretty terrible game, not a bad stat line. That said, he was off from deep for pretty much the entire game. He looked a little out of sorts generally. There was 1 3 that he had wide open. He took a second to, check the wind. And he bricked it. He was out of sorts. He seemed to find it late, but he was out of sorts for most of the game. I don't care. I'm not worried. I wonder if it maybe got to him a little bit that he's like, okay, this is my chance to show that someone's unhappy. This is my chance to show that I could run the point, and maybe that got to him a little bit. Maybe the pressure was a little too much. I don't know, but whatever. The last guy I'm going to worry about in Summer League is Emmanuel Quickley because he showed it on the biggest stage last year. He won them games last year. Quickley's going to be fine. That said, Malachi Flynn was the guy who came out tonight and was like, oh, that dude is too good to be playing in this game. Would you have liked to see Quickley come out and play like that? Sure. Did he? No. So Quickley was a little off. I did think he had a couple of the nice passes to Jericho Sims. We're going to get to Sims in a second. He had a couple other nice passes. Some good, mostly bad. It's fine. Don Cappuccini, shout out to Dom in the super chat. I was about to say the summer chat. Summer super chat. Obi was pretty good. Deuce popped out the most to me on both ends. Very strong for 6'2". Yes, he definitely showed his strength. We'll get to Deuce in a second. I wonder if Vildoza continues to have minutes like these, they waive him and bring him back on a two-way. I'm going to talk about the two-way situation in a bit, but that's not a bad thought. Robert Boy, Vildoza didn't score, but the defense was encouraging. Yeah, I thought my favorite part about the whole game was probably the defense. I thought the defense was, teams always play hard defense in summer league, but I thought they looked organized, which is probably more of a testament to Dice Yashimoto than anything else. In any case, good defense. Zolo J, shout out to you in the super chat. Feeling bad for Kevin Knox. Yeah, let's pour one out for. I'm gonna symbolically pour one out for Kevin Knox. You know what? But it's almost like if Kevin Knox came out there and dominated, it's like, okay, he's supposed to dominate. If Kevin Knox came out there and did anything less than dominate, it would be seen as probably not a great sign. I feel bad for him though. I mean, I would have liked for him to get the chance, especially since he wanted it. Robert Cross, shout out to my man Robert. If Sims were a chicken cutlet sandwich, would he have extra mozzarella? Also, did we miss Knox spot up shooting today? Well, I mean, nobody could hit a shot. So just running through some of the individual numbers. Quickly, I said was 2 for 11 from deep. Quentin Grimes ended up 3 of 8 from deep. I don't know how he was 3 of 8. It seemed like he missed 10. Toppin 2 for 10. Selden missed all 3. McBride missed all 4. Vildoza missed all 3. Yeah, probably would have made a difference. But again, summer league, the results don't count. What was I going to say? What kind of chicken color would Jericho Sims be? So let's talk about Mr. Sims. I'm very encouraged by what we saw from Toppin. Some nice moves inside the arc, all good stuff. The real takeaway that I'm going to have today is Jericho Sims. So Jericho Sims is a guy that Jericho Sims is it makes me think that I don't understand the NBA draft at all. Because to me, the NBA draft, once you get past the first, 35 picks, 40 picks, you're looking for a guy that is going to be an NBA player. Like, if you could get yourself a guaranteed NBA player after the 40th or 45th pick, I feel like, okay, let me grab that guy. And yet, Jericho Sims fell to 58th. Jericho Sims, to me, what the hell's going on in there? Jericho Sims, to me, seems like a guaranteed NBA player. I hate to parrot, who was that? Fraschilla on the broadcast? I think it was Fraschilla. Whoever it was, saying, look, but he's not wrong. If you can catch lobs, you could set good screens on offense, and on defense, you could come out, guard the perimeter a little bit, and you could go vertical and do the things that a rim protecting center needs to be able to do. You could play in the league. From what I just saw of Jericho Sims, especially the footwork on offense, the offensive rebounding, the ability to put back, the little baby hook, that dude seems like a guy who could play 15 minutes for some teams in the league. I get that he's a 4-year start or a 4-year player at Texas, so he's on the older side. There's obviously not a lot of upside there. But again, if you're just looking for an NBA player, if for no other reason than he's going to cost you, no money over the course of the first, 3-4 years of his contract, and obviously they just signed him to a 2-way deal. So 2-way deals last for 2 years. But if he pops in his first year, they can convert that next summer. Getting ahead of ourselves, obviously. They could convert that to a longer term deal, and they could add on 3 years of a minimum NBA contract if they want. I love what I saw from Jericho Sims. Shout out to Chris Persianen. He seems like a bit of a steal. And again, I just think it's about, there is so much of a de-emphasis on on centers in the league today where guys that have the potential to be decent starters, or at the very least starters, but maybe decent starters, go like if you have a possibility to be a decent starter and you're a wing, or you're a point guard and you have a possibility to be a decent starter, you're going in the top 10. If you're a wing and you have the possibility to be a decent starter, you're going in the lottery. If you're a center and you have the possibility to be a decent starter, you might still drop to around the 20th pick. And then there's that trickle-down effect positionally with, okay, if you have a chance to be a decent backup. And I think centers just fall way too far. That's the only reason I can imagine Sims fell this far, because I don't really get it. Let's talk about some other stuff. But first, another two comments in the super chat. Excuse me. The Flying Machine Collective. I always love that name. Obi played a great game, but that 3-point percentage was awful. Also, I was disappointed with Grimes' lack of aggression off ball and on offense. Yeah, I thought Grimes. We can talk about Grimes. Grimes played like a rookie. He played like a guy playing his first NBA game who, wasn't Scotty Barnes or wasn't one of these high pedigree guys. I liked Grimes' shooting form. He ended up 3 for 8 from behind the arc. My impression of Grimes is a guy who, if he takes, 18 dribbles all year, I'd be surprised. I think he's going to be asked, just be, whenever you get your time, whether he gets 100 minutes this year, 300 minutes this year, I don't know, however many minutes, just try to be as close of an approximation to Reggie Bullock as you can. Because if you could just be that, and then, Grimes' ceiling lies in, can he put the ball on the floor? Can he do some stuff inside the arc? That stuff is going to come if it comes 2-3 years down the line. At this point, you just want to make sure you get an NBA player out of Grimes. And what is that? It's a guy who for 15 minutes a night can space the floor, can consistently hit threes, and play good defense. In terms of the off-ball, defense, I think he's going to be fine defensively. Again, he's getting adjusted. Anthony Sixto, fresh cut. Yes, I did get a fresh cut. I did not get a chance to shave yet. Although I think this is the style now, with the short here and then the longer here. So I don't know. I might rock this out for a little bit and see how it goes. I like seeing Obi with minutes to show a wider range of moves. Definitely show a wider range of moves. Some nice post-ups, some nice drives, knocking down some threes would have made it very impressive outing. Here's the thing. If Obi Toppin went 4 for 10 from 3 instead of 2 for 10 from 3 and scored 30 points on 21 shots instead of 24 points on 21 shots with 8 rebounds, we'd all be collectively losing our shit. So if you want to think about Obi, he was 2 made threes away from having a batshit crazy game. He didn't make the extra 2 threes. It's fine. But again, I like that he's taking them with confidence. That's definitely what you want to see. A couple more super chats. Thank you guys. Again, I'm sounding like a broken record. I said it last season multiple times. I said it a few times in the off season. I'll say it again now. Best fans in the world. You're here sitting with me on a Sunday, late afternoon, early evening, watching me talk about a game that just doesn't count. And that's awe-inspiring. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Logan Bartlett, my man from the green rooms. I'm excited to over-extrapolate this game. It just seems like what McBride is going to be able to do will translate to a rotation guy at the minimum. Okay, good. Let's talk about McBride. It was really exciting, by the way, that we got to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys. And we didn't even get to see Rokas Djokovic. We got to see 6 guys tonight who, could see minutes for the team next year. That's pretty exciting. I thought McBride obviously popped on offense, and I was really impressed with what he did inside the arc. Obviously, he missed all 4 of his threes, but he had a nice little pull-up J from the mid-range. Looked smooth. I thought he had that really nice finish around the basket, the and one that showed his finishing ability. And the defense, just the way he absolutely blew up that screen and got out in transition. I mean, defensively, and see, that's why I think out of Grimes or Deuce, I think and I said this on a green room, I think a few weeks ago, if you're asking me which one of those guys has a better chance to play as a rookie, I think it's probably going to be McBride because of his defense. And which maybe leads us to Vildoza. We'll see, because Vildoza, we know from a year with Tibbs now, right? We know from a year with Tibbs that you have to have a discernible thing that you can do to earn your time on the court. If you don't do one thing really well, you're just not going to get time. Is Vildoza going to be a knockdown shooter? I don't know. And again, I'm not basing this on 8 minutes tonight. I'm basing this on what I've seen of him over watching tape and obviously in the Olympics. Can he hold his own on defense? I thought he looked okay on defense tonight. And on offense, he's crafty, he's creative. But something that I'm going to be watching now moving forward, something I'll watch in preseason, something obviously I'll watch over the opening weeks of the regular season when we get there. It'll be here before we know it. This is, by the way, Summer League, I was thinking of it. Summer League is like the amuse-bouche between one season and the next. Perfect little palate cleanser. Anyway, I digress. I don't know. I'm going to be watching to see does McBride take over as the third-string point guard, because whoever the third-string point guard for this team is going to be, they're going to get major minutes, because I can't imagine they're going to play Kemba in back-to-backs. Rose, we know Rose is not going to play 82 games. I don't know how many games he's going to play, but he's not going to play 82 games. So the third-string point guard, I would argue, is, other than maybe, the third-string center, which we know probably is going to be Taj, although Sims, who knows, that's going to be important because Mitchell Robinson, we don't know where the foot is. But I'm going to be watching the third-string point guard to see what happens there. Al Diddy with a comment in the Super Chat. I love that name. IQ doing his best to impersonate Alonzo Trier. Hope he doesn't try this next game. Look, Quickley played 37 minutes. Obviously, again, they're trying to get him experience at the point guard running the show. They know, as well as all of us do, that Quickley is going to be a really, really nice player regardless of what position he plays. But his ceiling will come if he could eventually elevate his game, not to being a full-time point guard, but just being able to do, in terms of a ball handler, in terms of a playmaker, and y'all have heard me talk about this over the last month or so. Just do what Seth Curry did in the playoffs against Atlanta. Just be able to take a several minute stretch where you can just credibly run an offense. And I think they're slowly moving him into that role. Again, don't overreact to one game with Quickley. His shot's going to be fine. He drew a really nice and one late in the game. That's his bread and butter skill. He's still going to have that. Nice lob to Sims. Don't worry about Quickley. Quickley's going to be okay. Okay. Did we talk about everybody? I think Toppin, I really can't be impressed enough about Sims. 6 for 6 from the field, by the way. Grimes, Quickley, McBride, the other Sims only played 2 minutes. Yeah, I wanted to just comment on Justin Patton and Wayne Selden. Sometimes you see guys play in Summer League and you're like, that's why they're not an NBA player. And if you watched Wayne Selden and Justin Patton today, you were like, that's why they're not an NBA player. It's fine. Don Cappuccini, Grimes equals New York Knicks Courtney Lee potential. That would be lovely. I love Courtney Lee. I was always a big fan of Courtney Lee. Again, let's take it one step at a time. I hope he gets there. Jeremy Chase, lot of IQ hate in this chat. Again, I say this before. We do have the best fans in the world, but we also have the most passionate and emotional fans in the world. I'm not shocked that people are overreacting to Quickley having a bad Summer League game, but it is what it is. He was he already proved himself last year. We've seen this dude could play and know he's a worker. His J was short tonight, but he'll be fine at Summer League. Yeah, I think let's go back to what people were saying about RJ Barrett in his first Summer League game, his first 2 Summer League games, actually. You guys remember those? Or for that matter, on the flip side of the coin, Kevin Knox's summer league. A.E. Kennedy. What's with Selden's minutes? I imagine they were kind of caught off guard by the fact that Knox had to pull out last minute. That was Knox's starting spot. I imagine Selden was going to be the backup 3. And even so, Selden was the starting 3, and he only played 22 minutes. I think that was just kind of out of necessity. Would have liked to see Rokas a little bit. Obi was clearly the captain out there, being vocal on defense. I can't wait to see Obi this year. So just on Jokabite, I'm gonna screw up this guy's name so much. Jokabatis. After the game, Dice Yasumoto, who's coaching the summer league team, said Rokas is situational and he'll play if there's an opportunity. Not a good sign since he has to go back to Barcelona after the 3rd game. So maybe we see him, maybe we don't. Okay. I think that's it. We've been talking about a game that didn't count for 21 minutes. I have a podcast to record with the one and only Jeremy Cohen. So I think, going to get out of here and find out what oh my goodness. If ever anybody needed a good birth control for their significant other, you should make them, if you're like a young, newly married man, you should make your significant other listen to this live stream. And it's cheaper than condoms. I would know. I just bought some the other day. Condoms are not inexpensive. They really get you. I think that's it. Oh my goodness. What are you doing? Oh God. Are you making all that noise? You want to smile for the people? Say hi? Smile? It's a small smile. It's a little smile. Okay. No, this is not birth control. When you see it, this is a bad idea. Now they're gonna see this and they're gonna be like, oh, I want one. It's so cute, right? You're so cute. Okay, I'm gonna go record a podcast. Wilton Moran, shout out to you for contribution to the super chat. You're the best. All of you guys are the best. Thanks for coming and hanging out for a while, and I will see you Wednesday at, I think, some god awful hour. I think the game on Wednesday is like 10:30 at night. Is that accurate? I think so. Whatever. I'll see you guys then, and everybody be well, stay safe out there. I'll talk to you later.